call to order the regular meeting of the Gilbert School Corporation for Wednesday, February 18th. And we'll start roll call with James.
James Slaughter, student representative.
Mackenzie Hale. Michaela DeSanti.
Kurt Warner.
Scott Beecher.
Shane Centrella.
Frank Olivieri. Mike Susie.
Holly Cassidy.
Ellen Marino.
Lauren Dombrowski.
Teresa Payton.
Tara Sunday.
Jonathan Moore.
Diane Cook.
Thank you. Now we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance and our vision and mission statement read by Kurt.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Gilbert School is committed to ensuring that all of our students are prepared to be thoughtful and productive citizens in a complex global society. In pursuing this mission, we believe that all students can learn and be successful. All students are valued and deserve an education that addresses their academic, physical, and social, emotional needs. All students are entitled to a safe, healthy, and respectful learning environment. All the Gilbert School community members must uphold high expectations, be accountable, and demonstrate a commitment to excellence. Celebrating the heritage of the Gilbert School strengthens community pride and inspires individual accomplishments.
Thank you. Moving on to public forum for the general public. The WL Gilbert School Corporation welcomes comments from the public. Please sign in with your name and your address. You can do that after you're done speaking if you'd like. Speakers will be limited to 3 minutes per board policy 1120. If I could just pass this down to Kurt. Would you like to speak?
I have some handouts.
Okay. Thank you.
I didn't realize your board was this huge.
We can share if you.
Is that okay if you guys share here?
I can show.
I have an extra copy of the executive brief. And the state of Maine. I can give you these pieces, which might help you.
Oh, thank you. So my name is Janine T-Ball, and I'm here tonight as a taxpayer, a parent in the Winchester-Gilbert community, and as a professional. Before retiring, my entire career was built around out-of-the-box thinking. My job was to identify obstacles, rethink them, and then turn them into sustainable solutions. I've applied that same lens to our schools, and what I see is a community that is exhausted. I know that I am not alone in that feeling. The ongoing infighting over funding between Winchester and Gilbert is holding us back. While we debate, our children are losing their chances to excel. The data tells a clear story. When students transition to Gilbert, performance often declines. We are also losing too many students to out-of-district placements, along with more than $1.9 million in tuition dollars that leave Winsted every year. That is why I'm presenting a proposal tonight for a September 2026 pilot program for 7th and 8th graders focused on vocational, legal, and medical career tracks. This is a true out-of-the-box solution, and importantly, it does not require a new building or new debt. The Gilbert School already maintains a successful partnership with Northwest Community College for its seniors. The infrastructure exists. The contracts are already in place. Expanding this partnership into a pilot program for the 7th and 8th graders should be both practical and achievable. By launching this pilot by September 1st, we can bring students back from costly out-of-town placements, stop the 1.9 million tuition bleed, and most importantly, give our children a compelling reason to stay in Winsted. Tonight I'm asking you to stop the fighting, work together on a joint contract, approach this proposal as what it is, a professional, strategic solution that strengthens our schools, supports our students, and moves us towards a long-term financial stability. As we wrap this up, I want to ensure you have the exact tools needed to bring this program to life at Gilbert. I have developed a comprehensive workbook that walks you through step by step. If you accept this proposal, I'll do everything in my power to share that workbook with you. My son is on the board of Winchester, and during this program development, he was my naysayer. He would say, well, what about this, and what about that, and what about the legal, if we have done so much research over the last month. We have attacked all the legal problems, we have attacked the teachers' union problems, we have looked and talked with teachers at Northwest Community College who are in the medical field that are saying, Janine, the kids can't even draw a syringe, and we lost 5 nursing students because they can't do the math. This approach is a hands-on learning. Vocational education, especially with 7th and 8th graders, who are very hormonal, and mom and dad don't know nothing, nor do their teachers, who shut down in a classroom because things don't apply to them. And when you put a person in the real world, and they actually can see how things are done, and that those math tests and algebra and all the horrible geometry is applied, we learn better. I didn't know how to read until I was in the 7th grade. I went to Oliver Technical School because I wanted a career in medicine, but I didn't have quite the skills. After my first year at Oliver Wolcott, they said, Janine, you got to go back to Gilbert because you're going to go to college, and we don't support college learning. And I said, no, I want to stay here because I haven't done my full rotation at Charlotte Hungerford Hospital, and I don't know what I want to be. I know medical, but I don't know what part. In my senior year, I thought, well, I'm going to do radiology. And I was accepted into radiology school. And I did my internship, and I hated it. Hated it. I said, no, Mom and Dad, I'm not going to radiology school. I'm going to choose a different path. The path of medicine that I took was occupational medicine. And I worked with all your firefighters, all your policemen, all the hospital employees, all the EMS, and I developed things for them and money revenues to keep our hospital open, which was St. Francis, St. Mary's, and Mercy in Springfield, with programs that brought in money. So I know that we can do this program. I know Gilbert could push this program through with your international students. We have a beautiful town. We have so many resources here, right on Main Street, that can help our children to excel. I thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. You could just sign in for us when you get a chance. Does anybody have any more than her discussion? So, anyone else for public comment? Okay. Moving on to our student representative reports.
All right, I'll go first. We just wrapped up our first semester here at Gilbert and have started transitioning into course selections for next year. So counselors and advisors have been working with students to start formulating schedules for next year. And I personally have already gone through this process, and other students are finding it a lot more positive, especially with what's the new schedule. NHS went to the senior center last week for their Valentine's party. While there, we served the seniors food, we cleaned up for them, and we danced with them. In the music department, about a month and a half back, we had our all-state choir and band auditions. Results came in tonight. We had one person get in for band, and we had some really high scores for choir, but cutoff was extremely high this year, so none of the choir were able to get in. Upcoming events, we have our Miles in Concert, March 3rd, Music in Our Schools Month, and then later in the month we have our musical, The Addams Family, and then in about 2 months we're going to have our Rock Pop Festival, where our Rock Pop class is going to be performing, and it's fun time overall.
In sports, indoor track just ended. We had our virtual league championship on February 6th. We had multiple kids place in top 10, and 2 kids made it to states, which happened this past Saturday. For basketball, both teams have been very busy this week, and they have their last few games, so the season's closing. For cheer, game day cheer is coming to an end along with the basketball season, and we had a comp 2 weeks ago at Naugatuck, and then tomorrow we have a virtual league invitational at regional. Wrestling, this past weekend, Gilbert hosted the virtual league championships, where many players placed top 3. And then for the junior class, we held a fundraiser where we would sell carnations for Valentine's Day, so we made a lot from that. And then we've been busy talking about upcoming events, like our senior shirts, prom venues for next year.
So,
NJHS is planning a spirit week for Read Across America, and the days will be dress up as your favorite book character, Cat in the Hat Day, where you wear any type of hat, Thing 1 and Thing 2, where you match with a friend, and lastly, the last day will be Dr. Seuss Day, where you dress up as any Dr. Seuss character. NJHS is also planning to tap students at the start of March. When we tap students, it's only 7th graders, because 8th graders have already been inducted, and we either tap their shoulder or their head, and we give them a piece of paper stating that they have made it, that they have made honorable, and then they come to Miss Key everyone to eat cake. 7th and 8th graders will be competing for the Spirit Week. The elective fair is next month, and the 8th graders are choosing many electives like creative writing, intro to engineering, ceramics, and many more. Lastly, in 8th grade math intervention, taught by Ms. Abby, the students put tape on the floor and made a coordinate plane, and threw bean bags to plot coordinates on a piece of paper. Once they figured out the coordinates, they figured out the slip, so it was a fun game that they learned much from.
thank you.
Thank you.
You guys always come with complete reports. I appreciate it. So that's awesome. Thank you. You guys can head out if you
Thank
want.
you,
You're welcome to
guys.
stay.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, call for agenda items. I think we're good. Next item, employee recognition. First, we have commendations.
Yes. Before we get to that, the math exercise that we were talking about, I had the privilege to be invited in for that. It was awesome. Kids were really involved. It was just a great activity to get kids up, moving. They could actually see what it actually looks like, it means, instead of just trying to do slope on the graph. So,
Cool.
anyway, commendations we have in your packet. You'll see Patrick Reynolds went down to Washington, D.C. and was recognized as the Connecticut Counselor of the Year. Also, Tony Sullivan celebrated 40-year anniversary for the Gilbert School. Great accomplishment. We did a ceremony for him. Just, as you know, Tony's always smiling, walking around, trying to help out wherever he can. Just a phenomenal human being.
It's like a legend.
Yeah, it was really, it's good stuff. That's our recognition. Move into
Correspondence.
correct?
Yep.
The first correspondence is to Ryan Fazio, who's a gubernatorial candidate. We invited him to the school. Hopefully, one of the candidates that we are sending letters to will come by and see our wonderful school. Next, there's a condolence letter to the family of Roberta Skaya, thank you.
It's not easy.
Next is Dwayne Ratliff.
Just recently?
I'm sorry, I'm still
She was just asking.
processing
Miss
Miss
Skye.
Sky's passing.
She was here when we were all here,
She-
yeah.
yeah.
High
she-
school teacher.
She's,
Everybody.
she's why I can type nearly 70 words a minute, because you
I
couldn't
had her
pass her class if you couldn't do it.
She aged very well.
Yeah.
She's
It was tough,
fantastic.
she was great.
Just great connections to the school, long-time connections. Speaking of that, Dwayne Ratliff was a student back in, don't tell me, class of 1978. He took the time to send a letter along with a copy of his book, and it says, "To the educators of the Gilbert School. As a graduate of class of 1978, the people I would like to thank are long gone. As a token of my appreciation, I would like to donate a copy of my most recent book to the Gilbert School Library. In addition, one copy each should go to Deb Lewis, Patrick Brindle, Michael Susie, and especially Kim Baker, the special education teacher. As a former special education student, I did not learn to read or write until I was around 10 or 11. Yet as an adult, I went on to write 3 books, something I never thought I would accomplish. Thank you all. You never know what the seed you plant will grow into. Keep planting your seeds of knowledge and wisdom. Kind regards, Dwayne Ratliff." And not only did he send a book to all of us, but he also wrote a little note to each of us on the inside. So, just from what I hear, he's an amazing human being. Hopefully we can get him back here on campus. I think we missed each other during homecoming this year, but maybe next year we can connect. As we're talking about connections to the past, it's things like your experience in classes, as well as students that benefited from our efforts years ago that really should motivate us to continue to do the great work and push the school forward. So I was very pleased to receive that letter. So we sent him a letter and thanking him for his letter. Next, there are 2 letters, one to the trust and one to the Winchester board, stating the tuition for the 2026-27 school year. These letters went out after we approved our budget. Not sure what that's going to look like moving forward, but that's our communication. And then we received a letter from Jared Rich, the Gilbert Trust president, requesting that they received a donation from the Groth family, who are requesting that the trust is requesting that we work in collaboration with them and name the small gym, the John Adams Groth 06 Memorial Gymnasium. The trust voted on it.
It's growth.
That's growth.
It's growth. Thank you. Voted on moving this forward to us.
Sure. I just think it's important to note he was an alumni, he was an athlete here.
It was wrestling.
yeah, was a successful wrestler, and everybody knows by the smell that that's where the wrestling team does a lot of their hard time. So I would encourage us to move this forward in memoriam of John Adam Grove.
I don't see the name here again. I remember.
Here, it's in the
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
the name of the gym. Yeah. So if someone wants to make a motion
I'll make a motion.
that we name the small gym,
The John Allen Grove is 06 Memorial Gymnasium. I'll second it.
so it's Ellen and Scott. Any discussion? All in favor? Thank you, that's unanimous.
Okay, thank you. The next in your packet, 2 letters. One's for the Connecticut Association of Independent Schools, and one from Winsted Association of Schools and Colleges, NEASC. We have completed our process to move back to the independent world. The NEASC approved us, and then Connecticut Association of Schools followed and approved us as well. Now that we have this completed, Chris and I have already talked about some of the foundations that we're aware of that give money to independent schools. So we're already planning a trip to one of the larger groups to ask for support. That'll probably be later in the spring. And that concludes our correspondence.
Okay. Moving on to approval of minutes, we have our regular meeting from January 21st. Take a motion. Frank, thank you. Second. Teresa. Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous?
I'm going to abstain.
Oh, sorry. Ellen. abstaining. Next, we have our special meeting from Wednesday, February 4th. That was when Mike presented the budget and handed out the budget books. Take a motion? Jane? And Teresa, or I'm sorry, Tara second. I just had, it's actually 2 corrections, but it's the same one. It's noted that it's our regular education budget, but that's the only budget that we have. So I just think it should read overall proposed budget.
This is mine.
There's 2 of them in that first paragraph, they're on item number 2. 2 instances of that. And that's the only. Makes sense. Anyone else have any comment? All right, all in favor? As amended, thank you.
And I abstain.
You abstain, Jonathan? Okay, thank you. Last one is our special meeting from February 11th. That was when Mike answered questions on the budget and we voted on it. Take a motion.
Motion made.
Jonathan, thank you. Second.
Second.
Shane, thank you. Any amendments? All in favor? Unanimous?
I'm going to abstain.
I'm not watching hands, so I see all the hands go up, I'm sorry. Okay. Good, Lauren?
Yep.
Thank you. Committee reports, finance.
Finance Committee met briefly before the meeting, discussed the electricity bill, which came in a little bit late, so it wasn't in this monthly report. That'll be picked up next report. And I guess we had some adjustments in with the solar and reading the electricity bill and knowing who to contact and so forth. But that's been resolved, correct? Yeah.
We're working on it, we're
Still
making
getting there.
headway.
But this one's a little bit behind, it's not as accurate by the end of the month because the bills came in after the reporting period. The maintenance line item that was under, I think it was facilities, I questioned that, and that just had to do more with copy leases. They get paid at the end of the year because only about 6% expended, so I was just curious why it was low. Both the trust and the Winchester Public Schools owe for their February tuition bills. And we did discuss solar, so people understand that we bought the panels, we have a loan, we're paying that back, and there's, it's just the way it's structured, and the roof was part of that as well. And we did the roof repair. And that was pretty much it. Next meeting is March 18th.
Thank you. We will continue with you on policy.
Policy's a lot. So we have several items that are up for, the policy committee met on February 5th. And we have several items that are up later in this meeting that are just a first review. And a first read in item 13, there's several of them. And then we have several for approval, which we'll address one by one in item 14. But basically, we're still in the 9,000 series and updating those as we go along. I think we've updated our forms and the forms that we sign off on as a group, and I don't know if I have anything else that we're doing. Our next meeting, we are going to be reviewing the wellness and food service policy and U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement policy. And that meeting will be March 5th.
And we still have to continue with bylaws, correct? We're not
We're
doing
still
the
working,
bylaws.
yeah, these other two items are just kind of interjecting themselves, so we're jumping in on those items, which probably are going to be pretty intense, and I would think lengthy. To
Food
some
service
extent.
would be pretty straightforward, 'cause
Yeah, but the
Tell
U.S.
us the
Immigration
names,
and
yeah.
Customs, just by the name of it, it's going to take a little doing. And then we're going to continue with, we're like around 9,300s, in the 9,300s on bylaws.
Okay, thank you. Building and grounds, Scott.
Yes, good evening. We met at 6 o'clock tonight. We had a brief discussion with topics. Mike Mazur, our facilities manager, presented on the progress of the small gym. We're still in the process of getting quotes for the new floor. Mike and Josh are working together with that hand in hand. The bus loop, Mike has reached out to the town, and they do have a camera, and we're going to schedule a camera inspection of our drainage system. See if that could be one of the causes of our problem with the retaining wall. And we're also looking at funding possible, trying to get funding through DAS, I believe, right, my state. And the solar update, which Ellen just touched base on, we're still in the process of getting information on that and preparing to get our info together to receive a tax credit for, I believe, next year. That's it.
Thank you. Personnel, there's no meeting to report. Just a heads up for Personnel Committee, we will need to meet in April to discuss Mr. Susi's contract. We'll set that at our next March meeting. Personnel can decide a date on that. Nominating Committee, I do have on here just an updated list of assignments, and we could talk about that next because there is nothing for the ad hoc negotiating committee either. So the only thing I noticed, there's updated copies for everybody, is that we were missing our ad hoc committee of the negotiating committee, so I had Marianne add that back to this list when we updated it after the annual meeting. So this is an updated version for everybody. That's the only change on this. Any questions? We're good. Next item, enhancement grant requests.
yes, we have a few. First, we have timpanis, a request by the music department. For those of you who don't know what timpanis are, those are those big drums,
Kettle, yeah.
kind of a kettle drum,
Yeah.
yeah.
The picture help.
Yes. That's the first one. The next request is CPR first aid mannequins.
We vote on each one.
Why don't I put a motion on the floor?
Yeah, let's do the drums.
So make a motion that we approve the enhancement request for the timpani drums. Is this the amount right here?
Yes.
The amount of $3,340. Now, how about we say not to exceed $3,400?
How much?
Not to exceed $3,400. This one's right down to 75 cents, but we just use it.
There's a second?
Second.
Teresa, thank you. Any discussion? And this money comes from the enhancement grant fund that the trust,
Yeah, it's not in the
Sets for us
operating
every
budget,
year.
it's not part of the
I
operating
think-
budget.
I'm so sorry, I think on the application, it said not to exceed 4,000, there's a second application? Or no, sorry, that was the bidder.
He's got more than one
Oh, he's
ad.
got more than one. Okay,
He's got more
never
than one
mind.
ad.
I was
Yeah.
trying to remember, okay,
Yeah.
sorry. My
This is the
apologies,
sheet
Ellen.
that they approved, that's what we're going by, the one.
No,
that
I
they
know,
approved.
I looked at it online, and then I was thinking it was the same one for some reason, I thought it was in there twice. My apologies.
Okay.
Lauren, you got the motion
Yep.
second, okay, any other discussion?
Scott's really good.
All in favor? Unanimous for real this time. Next one is the mannequins.
Yes, this is for the PE and health class. They're requesting $1,250, not to exceed $1,250. This is one of those things where we had it in the budget and it got cut last year, and then this year as well. It was cut again, so.
And this impacts like 100 students, did I see that around in this?
I think for coaches too, right?
Yeah.
I think coaches
Yeah.
also use it.
So it's a pretty impactful, low dollar.
I'll make a motion,
beneficial, yeah.
just to move it, I'll make a motion that we approve the enhancement requests for the CPR first aid mannequins in an amount not to exceed $1,250.
Second.
You did spell mannequins right.
Second from Scott.
I was just gonna say, I
That's
learned
how they
today.
spell it.
Well, there's multiple spells, that's a tricky word, that's a
I
good spelling.
did learn, I
It's a
thought,
good spelling
wow,
word.
that was not written well. And then I learned today the difference between the French mannequin and the
The
mannequin
medical and
for
then the
medical,
statues in
right.
the store, yeah.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I just want to make a comment about them because I support it, move it to the trust. I think that's great. It feels borderline like a true supply that shouldn't be eliminated from the operating budget. I understand the constraints of the operating budget. I do know Ellen taught me that, you're nervous, no. A lot of the stuff that we look for in the enhancement grants on the trust side is really about, new programs or,
Outside
seed
of
money,
budgetary.
outside of budgetary things. I understand the budget realities. I would just like to say this borderline feels like an instructional supply that probably shouldn't have been cut, but I am in favor of moving the enhancement grant forward.
Good at that.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong.
Yeah.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Unanimous, thank you. We have one more, theater tech.
We do, theater tech, they're asking for additional wireless microphones for the theater program.
Right.
Not to
Track that
exceed
here.
4,000.
I'll make a motion that we approve the theater tech request for microphones, for the wireless microphones for the theater, not to exceed $4,000.
Second.
So Jonathan, second. Any discussion?
Those benefit, just putting that out there, just putting that out there,
Town
outside of
events when we host.
town
Even the
events,
public, yeah.
public school.
Yep.
So.
All in favor? Unanimous? Microphone, wireless microphones
Wireless
for theater tech.
microphones in the theater, for theater tech and music.
Do you want to catch up? You good?
It's really the
Okay.
auditorium, I think, that's our theater, is the auditorium.
So moving on to item 10, out-of-state field trip requests, we have two.
Yes, we have one to Six Flags New England, and that's the AP classes, AP Computer Science and AP Stats classes. This is I can speak to this as far as other schools, this is a pretty traditional field trip that's taken by most schools.
And the reason for the approval is out-of-state, going over the
Correct,
line.
that's policy.
Yep.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Teresa, thank you.
Second.
Jonathan, thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous, thank you.
And the next one is the World Language Department. They're requesting to go to the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York.
Other direction, over the state line.
That's a cool trip.
Yeah.
Make a motion to approve.
Teresa, thank you.
Second.
Second, Jonathan, thank you. Any discussion on that one? All in favor? Unanimous? All right, moving on to food service. This is one we do every year.
You have to read this, right, aloud?
Yes. So does anybody want to volunteer, or would you like me to read it?
I won't take
Okay.
part.
I will make the motion. The required vote for participation in healthy food option of HFC pursuant to Connecticut General Statute, Section 10-21-5F. The WL Gilbert School Corp., Inc., doing business as the Gilbert School, certifies that all food items offered for sale to students in the schools under its jurisdiction and not exempted from the Connecticut nutritional standards published by the Connecticut State Department of Education will comply with the Connecticut nutrition standards during the period of July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027. This certification shall include all food offered for sale to students separately from reimbursable meals at all times and from all sources, including but not limited to school stores, vending machines, school cafeteria, culinary programs, and any fundraising activities on school premises sponsored by the school or non-school organizations and groups. Second. Ellen, thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous. Motion number 2, required motion language for combined food and beverage exemptions. The W.L. Gilbert School Corp., Inc., doing business as the Gilbert School, will allow the sale to students of food items that do not meet the Connecticut school standards and beverages not listed in section 10-221Q of the Connecticut General Statutes, provided that the following conditions are met. 1, the sale is in connection with an event occurring after the end of the regular school day or on a weekend. 2, the sale is at the location of the event. And 3, the food and beverage items that are not sold from a vending machine or school store. An event is an occurrence that involves more than just a regularly scheduled practice, meeting, or extracurricular activity. For example, soccer games, school plays, and interscholastic debates are events, but soccer practices, play rehearsals, and debate team meetings are not. The regular school day is the period from midnight before to 30 minutes after the end of this official school day. Location means where the event is being held and must be the same place as the food and beverage sales.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous? Thank you. Next item is our resignations and appointments.
Yes, I'd like to welcome Ron Williams. He is our math interventionist. We just hired him. He started today. I just wanted to circle back a question that came up last meeting. We were talking about grants being in the budget, to see where if they're in there or not. This grant is not in the budget line item, but is part of, this position is part of the grant. So these expenses will draw off of that $114,000 or $12,000 grant. But you won't see the grant in there because the expense will go to that grant.
Will that get reported like through the finance committee or something like that, like watching? How do we know that?
Keeping track of the grant.
Right. Like how does that, where is the record? If it's not, I wasn't here last week, so.
Usually through the state grant portal, it's called EGMS.
Right.
So you go in, you have the expense, you have to upload the expense into the portal, and then they reimburse you for those expenses. So you don't get the 112 up front. You put it in.
No, I'm familiar with EGMS. I'm asking more like,
You will see it. If you-
where will we see it?
On that monthly report that I give you, the
Yep.
last page talks about unbudgeted income,
Yep.
unbudgeted expenses, that's where you'll see it.
Perfect, thank you, Diane. Got it.
The short answer.
Right.
Okay.
I trust all your record keeping on the state level. I was just curious where we saw it.
Any other
That's what it is.
questions for Mike on Mr. Williams' appointment? Okay. Moving on to first reading of policies. I'll turn it to Ellen.
There was a dozen that are in a first read, which everybody got in their packet. I don't know if anybody has any particular questions over them, but we've been sending them to the packet with the changes and the red line, so you can see what was and what the proposed changes are. But I don't know if there's really any discussion to first read unless anybody has any questions. So I think we could jump into the policies we have to approve.
Yep. Item 14.
And since I'm on the policy committee, I'll make the motion and do these in order, that we approve policy 9020, public statements as presented. I'll send that packet, you second it? Yeah. You got that? You got them all, you got them,
These are for first read.
Oh, easier to follow that? Okay.
So what you're gonna do, you're just doing
We have to
each
merge,
one?
we have to vote on each one.
We do each one separately, because I'm following the agenda, yeah. Does anybody have any, the other one, but,
We took, yeah, it was cleanup language, took out Heartland was still in there,
right,
was basically the change on that one.
yeah. I think we have all the changes shown up, so everybody got it in
Yep.
the packet. It's pretty basic.
Okay,
Want to
so,
call a vote?
yep, any discussion, call a vote, all in favor? Unanimous, thank you.
Second one is policy 9030, which is a commitment to democratic principles in relation to community staff and students. And I will make a motion that we approve that policy as presented.
I'll second.
9030.
These are, they're
Out
as
of
we,
order.
yeah, these are the first reading as well.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay.
Jonathan was the second.
I don't have any questions on that, I've seen this in so many
Yeah.
times.
All right, all in favor? Unanimous?
Third policy, make a motion to approve policy number 9040, which is board relations responsibilities as presented.
I'll second.
Should we change the word superintendent?
This is 92, I thought we'd cut most of those.
Yeah.
We have been, as we've been
Oh,
going
I know.
along. Yeah, as we've been going along, we've been changing superintendent to head of school.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, that's
so
what I'm
yes.
asking for this one.
So that's a good one to do if we missed one.
So, you wanna make your motion as amended?
Yeah, as amended.
I'll second
To
that.
change the word superintendent.
Yep, that was on 9040.
4-0?
Yeah, we're on 9, so we need to pull that one out and
I'll
do
try
some
to
variants.
Do you need this one?
We have it.
Do you want it here?
You can have it.
Sure.
Mary Ann Schaefer has been doing the job of Kate in updating and doing all these red lines, truly, because Kate started charging like
Here it is.
for stuff, and she's been going over and above. She's been doing this, so,
So in item number 1, change superintendent to head of school.
yeah.
That was the only one, right, Tara?
Was that
That was the only one? Just one in there?
9040?
But only one superintendent there?
Oh,
I
yes,
see.
yeah.
Okay.
That I saw.
So all in favor of approving that policy as amended? Unanimous, thank you. That's my hand.
Okay, so many of these. Policy 9, the reason there's so many of these is because we started these when Greg was here,
Yes.
and they were just bundling and bundling, that's why they're kind of
It's been a lot of
falling
work.
in. Yeah.
Thank you for doing it.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, but it never got acted on by the board. I'll make a motion to approve policy number 9110, classes, directors, terms of office, as presented.
And the only change on that one was, it still listed that there was 3 classes of directors, meaning Trust, Winchester, and Heartland, so we took it and changed it to 2.
I know I've said it before, but the redlining is so helpful, so thank you.
Yeah.
It really is like nice.
So I'll second that motion. Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous?
All right, next one, I'll make a motion to approve policy 9132, standing committees, as presented.
We did some cleanup here.
Again, head of school, updating head of school, I know we did that.
Yeah, we've made the celebration of education an ad hoc committee. Committee members, head of school, and we, moved the building committee.
It was moving stuff that we had as, they were not standing committees, they're ad hoc.
So,
The
yeah,
building-
building committee is separate from building and grounds. Building and grounds is our maintenance daily, like the monthly one we have, so building committee would be if we form to do a project.
Yeah, like
We
school
moved that
construction
to ad
projects.
hoc.
So that was moved as a separate committee.
You made that motion, I'll
I
second.
made the motion, yeah.
Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous?
And I will make, and this is piggybacking on that one, because we swapped them out. I'll make a motion to approve policy number 9133, ad hoc committees, as presented.
Second, that was the moving of the celebration of education and building
The
committee.
building committee out of regular
ad hoc.
to the ad hoc.
Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous? One more, Lauren?
Two more. Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve policy 9140, board representatives.
I will second.
Thank you, Jonathan.
And that was just changing the head of school.
Alan, any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous?
And the last one is make a motion to approve policy 9222, resignation removal from office and censure, as it's presented.
I'll second.
And that one was just a quorum, we had to put in there, you had to have a quorum.
And change officer, director, yep.
Right.
So any discussion on that one? All in favor? Unanimous. Whew. Good work.
So Marianne, you can finalize those, accept all those red lines.
Yeah, if I could just add to that,
She's done a lot.
she's done an incredible amount of work on that, trying to organize things. And this semester I have 2 students that are interns for me. And they thought they would be hanging out in my office, not doing much. Little did they know that I assigned them to Marianne.
Oh, beautiful.
And, and their job is to go onto the CAVE website and cross-reference every single policy to what we have in our books to make sure that they align.
It's tedious. Good.
And then, in addition to that, Keegan Connolly was very excited about this process. And she's been working really hard on one policy, trying to combine policies, making sure that we are meeting our requirements. We'll bring that forward to the next policy meeting, but just wanted to give her a shout out for it.
That's so
She
great.
could come
We
to
should
the
have a
policy-
comment because it's during the
She
school
could
day.
come to the policy meeting.
She literally took one of those binders home Friday as homework, because over the weekend she wanted to work on it, to come back on Monday to show
All the days and everything.
all the work that she did for this policy, so,
It's good to have that kind of energy.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
okay. Thank you, Keegan.
See how many kids sign up to be your intern next
That's
year.
not easy cross-referencing though. That's not easy to do.
No.
I've had to do that when my very first job was in construction contracts in New York City, was in musicians contracts, in cross-referencing those, it's tedious, it's hard to do. You can't have a distraction.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay,
computers can help
next item, AI. Change of registered agent.
What about, we're skipping 15?
That's change of registered agent?
15 years change of registered agent.
So we have the Secretary of State. Currently, Greg is the representative for the Gilbert School, and we need to switch that over.
It's easy.
So I will make a motion that we switch the registered agent to Michael Susie.
Do people know what that is? That's just like it's an agent for service of process. So like if somebody, when you're a corporation, they go to the Secretary of State's website, the agent for service of process is who they serve papers on if they ever needed to serve formal papers. And they're just accepting.
Hold on a second, now I know what it is? I vote for
It
Diane.
doesn't mean they're doing anything, but that's who accepts service, that's all it is. It's not like an agent acting on behalf of the company. They just accept process. Yes, it was a good one.
So I need a
Lots of people don't know
second
that.
on that.
Or
Second.
Diane Cook.
Oh, I love the second.
Yeah, Teresa. Teresa, the second. Any other discussion except for Mike?
And Mike, you can't duck and cover. They don't have to serve you in hand, they can leave it on your door.
Slide it under. Like the kids leaving
Better,
notes.
better.
All in favor? Unanimous. Thank you.
That's good
Next,
housekeeping.
the head of school report.
Yes, a lot of these things we've already talked about. I'll try and keep it brief. The Winchester Superintendent meeting, I have this on our agenda every month, just to give updates. We have not met recently. We did meet once briefly 2 weeks ago, more so to talk about components of the contract, but it wasn't our normal longer meeting. So we should have one coming up again soon. Bus loop, we've already talked about that today. Same thing with the solar project. We started doing feature a teacher, and this month I'd like to bring forward Tammy Weeks, who is a veteran special education teacher, specializing in teaching math and study skills. So this year Tammy has introduced a new program, the Coffee Cart. The Coffee Cart is a program designed to provide students with life skills experiences and supplement the math curriculum. Each week, faculty and staff at the Gilbert School can order a variety of beverages from the coffee cart by filling out a weekly Google form. Students in the program are in charge of all aspects of the coffee cart. Each day of the week, the program delivers a different area of the school during the 24-minute advisory period. Currently, one student per day fulfills the orders. From the beginning to the end, students are in charge of recording the orders from the Google form to convert them to paper order forms, which helps the student organize their order. Students then prepare, deliver, take payment, and make change for the beverage orders. Students are also in charge of inventory. The coffee cart program incorporates math skills from the curriculum, including arithmetic, using a calculator, money skills, and data analysis such as reading spreadsheets. In addition to math skills, students practice interacting with adults, a valuable life skill needed once they graduate from Gilbert. This practice includes effectively communicating with adults, conversational skills, time management, and professionalism. Currently, there are 3 students in the coffee cart program. The students process an average of 15 orders per week. Tammy is looking to expand the program and include more students as scheduling allows. The Gilbert community has enthusiastically embraced this program. Karen Pfeiffer says, "I enjoy having Brian deliver my orders from the coffee cart. He is always smiling, even when he's complaining about how heavy my 5 Diet Cokes are." We call it muscle development. His involvement in the coffee cart allows him to shine as he is full of personality. Many staff members have already contributed to the program. Library meeting specialist Karen Pfeiffer, as we said, and paraprofessional D. Cusati, I'm saying that, sorry, created name tags for the students. Claudia de la Cruz made aprons for each student. And there's a photo of the group. I can pass this around just so you can see them. I will tell you that I've been a recipient of the coffee cart. It's great. It just so happens that day that they came by, I only had 1 bill on me because my wife somehow got hold of my wallet, and it was a $50 bill for a $1.25 coffee. So the students really had to work to make the change. They did a great job, and again, they were smiling, they were conversing. It was a great experience. So
They came
Tammy's
in
did a
when
great job.
Kurt and I and Dr. Luby were
Yeah.
there,
Yep.
and they were very engaging with us, and
Yeah.
it was nice to get to see them in action.
And I caught Brian on the way out, and he asked if I was coming back because he wanted to talk to me some more. So it was awesome.
It was good.
It was a good,
Yeah.
good experience.
When you see them going around the school, it's really cool. It's like real life stuff happening right there. So kudos to Tammy.
Thank you. I like that.
Last thing I have is the retirement consultant. So many schools, when it gets to tough budget time, they look to do early retirement incentives for people, which means that they usually offer a year to 3 years of insurance coverage, or a dollar amount, 5 to 10 grand-ish, to encourage people to retire. And the hope is that they retire, then you bring somebody in at a lower pay rate, and that breakage that you save helps with the budget. We can't afford to do either of those options. So to be creative, what we're doing is we're bringing in a consultant. The consultant that we're bringing in used to run teacher retirement, and now he's retired. And he meets with people to kind of go over their stuff and guides them through the retirement process, and helps teachers understand all the ins and outs of the benefits of if they retire now. I always use the example of Chris Sanford. Is a perfect example of that. He was 50 when he retired, because he met with this guy Bill Sudol, and he explained to him that you're crazy not to retire now because you could collect for 30 years. And if you waited and you retired when you hit your magic number, you would never make up that money that you'd be collecting over those 30 years. So we offered up to the faculty, and I think we had 28 teachers that want to meet with them. So I'm hoping that through this educational process, that will benefit our faculty. One, just to kind of give them an understanding on how to prepare for the future, and two, maybe to help some of them realize that maybe retiring is financially beneficial to them as well as,
That's a big percentage of our faculty.
that's a huge percentage.
Yeah, it's like almost half, right? Close to
Yes,
that?
we have 40,
That's a big percentage of people interested in retiring.
well,
And they might be looking down the road.
No, I know,
Yeah.
it's smart. I think it's very smart that they're doing that, and I think it's proactive, which is smart too.
Yeah.
But it is a big percentage.
so that's happening in March.
I'm not surprised that teachers are looking for exit plans at this point.
Yeah,
That's always been the case.
Yeah.
My parents were teachers in the 70s, and they were doing it then. I mean,
that's all my
it
report.
is.
Thank you. Moving on to item 17, Board of Education report, Winchester.
We are still in our budget season. We should, we're having a meeting relatively soon, our next one in the budget process, and we are still determining the terms of
Okay.
any potential reduction or not.
When's that meeting?
It
26.
is set for the 26th.
Are there any
Anybody
other
else?
updates from that meeting?
Winchester?
So I'll bring it up. So I watched that Board of Ed meeting
Yeah.
online, and it was very interesting. So we'll give you more information on the concept of transferring 7th grade to Pearson. Do you guys meet like before your next? How will that information be fleshed out?
So we have,
If I could jump in
Yep,
on
go
that
ahead.
part. We have not received any formal request from Winchester, so I also watched the meeting. It was discussed, but until we receive something formal,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bring anything to the board because it's not a thing yet.
Absolutely.
Just sorry to
That's,
interrupt.
yeah, they're gonna have to bring in votes and MOU and lawyers and everything.
so part of, we have committee meetings on Tuesday the 24th. In our finance and budget committee, we might go into that a little bit more before our next formal meeting.
Okay. So the February 26th meeting would be a good opportunity for public comment on that.
There will
Concept.
be public comment.
So the Winchester proposed budget, what's the increase she's asking for? 2-point-something million, right, or
2.12
whatever?
mil. 2.1.
2.1 million, right? And looking to hire, what, 8 or 9 new positions? I mean, I have it at the, I looked at part of it, that's what they're looking for, right? So is there any discussion about those new, because it doesn't sound like it's a zero-based budget.
Well, I think
I'm just curious, is there, I don't know what the
I
discussion
can
is.
tell you right now that we've been operating at a deficit for over 10 years.
A
So-
deficit?
of staff.
Of staff. Yep, we are not fully staffed, we haven't been. We've had commissioner grant money, we've had COVID grant money to mask that deficit over the years. That money is not there, but we still are at a deficit of staff.
So I don't understand how there's a deficit.
We can explain it, we can talk about this all we want, but I'm just saying, we're at a deficit.
Well, I'm not.
We are, what we're gonna be
Exactly.
doing is we're gonna be discussing options, and we are hoping to come to a vote by the 26th, so we could then bring it up.
But
to the
how
board
are we
of
at a deficit of staff when there's like so many, there's 600 kids in the elementary school, right?
Sure.
There's 9 administrators, we know that, we don't know who they are, but we know that. But there's like 150 something employees, I know there's a bunch of them, how is that a deficit? Where's the deficit, what sections?
I'm not on the Winchester
I'm
Board
just
of
trying to
Ed,
understand
but
it.
I'll
I mean,
speak to it from
yeah.
my years of experience being inside the school and now leaving the district and going somewhere else. The numbers, like on the paper, like you have this many people doing this, that, and everything. The needs of the students are so great that
We are
it
not
takes
servicing
so many more adults than you would ever understand on a piece of paper to service the needs of the kids. That, I think, is one of the biggest misconceptions of and I mean that across the board, like I would say there's a deficit of staff here as well. when
Is
it
it,
comes
it's not
to-
special ed then, you're talking about behavioral or?
You're talking about
both? I mean-
behavioral,
We're
you're
talking
talking
about
about
behavioral,
I'm just trying to
special ed.
understand it because it's,
behavioral, special
special
ed.
ed.
You have got kids that have, there's a whole cohort of kids that live in between needing no support and needing special ed supports. There's a whole group, and we have them here too, when you talk about needing more math interventionists, more support. They're not students that are IEPs that are like driven by like legally you need to have this, but in order for them to be successful, they need more supports. So I'm probably speaking out of turn as a non-Board of Ed member, but that question comes up a lot, and it's a super valid question, and I just always view it as like living and breathing inside the schools for, 15 years.
I'm not denying it's not there.
No, I know,
But I'm
I'm
just
just
wondering
trying
if
to,
we have it there, why is it a transition right into the middle school? Why is it
That's
such
a
a
great
drop
question.
off?
Yeah.
Because it's,
That's a
no,
great question.
I'm like agreeing.
But again,
like, I
this
think
is not
that-
the forum to do it.
Yeah, this is not what we're here to
well,
discuss.
this is the Winchester budget report, why isn't the reform to talk about it? We're all.
Because we have our budget meetings online that you can watch all the time, and that's.
But well, that's an odd response to me, I'll be honest with you, because you're here as
Okay,
a.
I think because it's
Oh,
not a
for me.
Winchester meeting,
I'm
so
not,
it's
it's
not.
just discussion, it's just trying to figure it out, I mean, if they have a Winchester meeting, you talk about Winchester stuff, but you're here as a Winchester board member to report to us what's going on. I didn't watch the meeting, I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened, I don't know about the seventh
So I
grade.
think you had
Whatever.
scenarios presented by Dr. Luby,
So all I'm
and
doing
that's
is
what
just
you're
asking
meeting.
a question, and that's why, because there wasn't much reported, honestly, otherwise.
My point to your original question about the staffing is that it is so hard to digest and understand looking at numbers on a piece of paper, and I agree with that all through education, all the way through Gilbert. If I could vote, for a budget where Mike says we need 15 more instructional teachers, I would believe that you needed every single one of them.
So,
I
I just want to straighten
said
it
I would
out,
vote for it.
circle back. Your committee meeting is next Tuesday,
24th.
and there's no public comment, it's committees.
Correct.
And your public comment meeting that includes public
Is the
comment is next
26th.
Thursday.
Yes,
And that's when
At town
you
hall.
will have more discussion on the budget.
correct.
Okay.
The committee meetings, are they still held at Hinsdale?
Hinsdale, yep.
Right, and they're not online?
They are.
Obviously, right, okay. But we're open to the
You
public?
can attend.
They are.
Yeah.
Okay,
They are
thank
open.
you. What time, are they 6 or?
The first one will go off at 6. The finance and budget, I believe, is scheduled for 6.
It's okay, I
30.
know, they're kind of like, yeah, all right. Okay, thank you.
6:30 inside.
Any other updates from Winchester? I don't have anything from my report, so we would need a motion to go into executive session, correct?
So move.
Second?
Second,
You
you
said
got
at the
it?
time, I said.
So we're moving.
At 7:34.
Yes, we will move into a classroom.
All right, and Molly will text me.
I will text you the time we come back and any motions that we do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Are we coming back in here to adjourn?
We will come back in here.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
Unless you're weird like that.
My budget book, and I'm fairly certain
I
my
don't
purse,
think- I don't
my
think
purse
everybody's-
is safe.
I don't think anybody's gonna steal anything.
No, and
Here, let me give you this for your,
Nobody's here.
just so. That's for your minutes for public speaking, public comment.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Okay. And I need to separate. fine with my all-day Saturday thing.
Well, I worked on taxes on Saturday and I worked on taxes on Monday. And I am in good shape now. I say I'm in good shape until I get hit with a bill.
So we are back to our regular meeting at 8:03. And I will take a motion to adjourn. Scott?
I don't know, sit down.
Second?
Wait, don't we make a motion to come out of executive session before?
No, you don't make,
Just to go in.
you only make a motion to go in, you don't take motions inside, you just come out.
Okay,
And you just note it in the minutes at the time, that you went in and the time you came back.
okay.
All in favor? Tara, second, unanimous. Thank you, meeting adjourned at 8:04. Thank you very much.
Thank you.